Ever notice how some people command respect without effort? No one interrupts them. Their time is never treated casually. So what separates them? And what do they understand that you don't? I'm about to show you something that might feel unsettling. The reason they're respected isn't because they're smarter, richer, or more successful. It's because they operate on a psychological principle you were never taught. A principle so deceptively simple, yet so powerful, that once you truly see it, you won't be able to look at people the same way again. Someone cuts in front of you in line, and you stay silent. A friend cancels plans last minute for the third time, and you just smile it off. Someone takes credit for your idea, and you let it slide. Do you know what you're actually doing? You're not keeping the peace. You're conditioning people to walk all over you. And here's the unsettling part. The people who never experience this aren't just lucky. They're applying a darker psychological truth Machiavelli uncovered 500 years ago. A truth that quietly separates those who command respect from those who chase approval. What if I told you that being liked might be slowly weakening you? That every attempt to please everyone is a silent surrender of your power? That the more you chase approval, the less you're truly respected? This isn't comforting advice. This is raw, uncomfortable truth. By the end of this, you'll understand why some people naturally command a room, while others fade into the background, why some voices carry weight, while others disappear, and most importantly, how to become someone who is never casually disrespected again. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop being everyone's backup option and start becoming their first choice? Write this in the comments. Respect over approval. Number 1. The hidden weakness of being liked. Every person who has ever dismissed you, overlooked you, or treated you like you didn't matter shared one silent realization. They sensed you needed their approval more than they needed yours. Think about it. When was the last time someone genuinely respected someone desperate to be liked? Never, because desperation isn't subtle. It reveals itself in everything. The moment you prioritize being liked, you become predictable. People begin to read you effortlessly. They know you'll smile even when disrespected. They know you'll agree even when they're wrong. They know you'll show up, even when your time isn't respected. And once you're predictable, you become replaceable. The harder you try to be liked, the less people value you. It sounds counterintuitive, but look closely at the people you truly respect. Are they constantly seeking approval, or are they completely fine without it? The truth is simple. People are drawn to those who don't need them. We're wired to chase what feels scarce and overlook what feels guaranteed. And when you chase approval, you quietly reduce your own value. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." He wasn't speaking about fear as terror. He was pointing to something deeper, consequence. When people know there's a cost to crossing you, their behavior changes. Look at the people in your life who command real respect. The strict teacher, the disciplined boss, the friend who tells you the truth, even when it stings. What do they all share? They don't rely on your approval to feel secure. They have boundaries, and they enforce them. Meanwhile, those who try to please everyone are overlooked, dismissed, forgotten. Because when you make yourself available to everyone, you become significant to no one. And here's the truth most people avoid facing. Those who benefit from your need to be liked don't respect you for it. They may smile, they may speak kindly, but beneath that, they know you'll bend for attention. That's the trap that quietly keeps people powerless. They believe being agreeable earns respect, but in reality, it only earns being taken for granted. Because respect isn't given, it's established, and you can't establish anything while begging for approval. Write this: I choose power. Number 2. The dark power of respect. Now that you see the problem, let's shift to what actually works. Respect. Not surface-level politeness. Real, instinctive respect. The kind that makes people pause before they cross you. Respect is built on one core principle: consequence. If crossing you costs nothing, people will cross you. If it carries a cost, they won't. Most people misunderstand this. They believe respect comes from success, talent, or intelligence. That's admiration, not respect. Respect comes from one thing: your refusal to tolerate disrespect. When someone disrespects you and nothing happens, you teach them it's acceptable. When there's an immediate consequence, they learn quickly. That's why the kindest people are often treated the worst, because they've trained everyone around them that nothing happens when they're disrespected. They've made themselves safe to mistreat. And once you're safe to disrespect, respect disappears. But the moment you reverse that pattern, everything shifts. When people recognize that your time, attention, and energy carry weight, they adjust. They measure their words. They think before acting. They treat you differently. Because now, there's something at stake. People treat you exactly how you allow them to treat you. No more, no less. And respect has a compounding effect. The more you demand it, the more you receive it. The more you receive it, the easier it becomes to demand. But here's the critical distinction. When you chase being liked, others hold the power. When you demand respect, you reclaim it. Because respect isn't granted. It's something you refuse to live without. Think about the most respected people you know. Do they ask for respect? Do they explain why they deserve it? No, they simply don't accept anything less. And that quiet refusal becomes their strength. Write this: my worth isn't negotiable. Number 3, the psychology of control. Every interaction you have revolves around control. Who controls the conversation? Who controls the dynamic? Who shapes the outcome? If you're unsure who's in control, it isn't you. Every time you adjust yourself for approval, you give control away. Every time you stay silent to avoid tension, you give control away. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you give control away. Approval seeking isn't kindness. It's silent surrender. But those who don't depend on approval retain control. They speak honestly. They act from their own standards. They define the tone rather than reacting to it. That's why approval addiction is so dangerous, because it quietly hands control of your life to other people. Think about it. If you need someone to like you, you'll reshape yourself for them. You'll hide parts of who you are. You'll compromise your values. That isn't connection, it's dependence. But when you're genuinely okay with being disliked, everything changes. Now your need can't be used against you. This is what real confidence looks like. Not being unaffected, but refusing to be controlled. The moment you stop performing for approval, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability creates power. People can't manipulate what they can't anticipate. When you break free from approval, you can't be guilted, you can't be pressured, you can't be controlled. Your decisions become sharper. Your relationships become more authentic. Your self-respect becomes stable. Some people will leave. That's not a loss. Those relationships were never built on respect. Write this: I control my worth. Number 4, the addiction to approval. Let's be honest, your need for approval isn't just a habit, it's an addiction. And like any addiction, it can be exploited. When someone compliments you, your brain releases dopamine. You feel a surge, then it fades, and you crave more. And people pick up on this pattern faster than you think. They realize that small doses of approval can steer your behavior. Need you to stay late? They praise your dedication. Need a favor? They highlight your generosity. Need you to overlook something? They admire your understanding. This isn't accidental. They're leveraging your psychology. And the hardest truth, you're participating in it. Because you accept any validation, just to feel seen. That's what makes this addiction dangerous. It makes you predictable, controllable, no pressure needed, no force required, just a little validation. And you comply. But someone who doesn't depend on approval? They're untouchable. Compliments don't control them. Rejection doesn't shake them. Opinions don't define them. Validation is cheap to give, but expensive to depend on. Anyone can say something nice, but needing it makes you dependent. And dependence erodes your power. People addicted to approval constantly shift. Different personalities, different opinions. They become fragments instead of a whole person. But those who don't need approval, they remain consistent. And that consistency earns respect. Write this: my validation comes from within. Number 5. Rules to command respect. Now let's bring this into action. Rule 1. Speak less, act more. Stop over-explaining. Let your actions carry the message. Rule 2. Never chase approval. If someone doesn't respond, don't pursue. Silence, used correctly, holds weight. Rule 3. Stay calm under pressure. The moment you react emotionally, you surrender control. Rule 4. Be unpredictable. Don't always respond the same way. Keep people uncertain. Rule 5. Enforce boundaries immediately. No long explanations, just decisive action. Number 6. Scarcity and distance. Most people believe constant availability increases their value. It doesn't. It quietly erodes it. When you're always present, you fade into background noise. But when you become selective, your value rises. Your time becomes limited. Your attention becomes something to earn. And suddenly, people treat you differently. Because scarcity creates value. When you're not always there, your presence becomes noticeable, and that changes everything. Before we close, ask yourself this: do you want to be liked or respected? Because rarely can you fully have both. The truth is simple. Your value is defined by you, not by others, not by approval, not by acceptance. And the moment you stand in front of the mirror and decide, I'm not here to please everyone, I'm here to respect myself, that's the moment everything shifts. So tell me in the comments, will you stop chasing approval starting today?